Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Coding with T. Today we are going to learn how to create themes in the Flutter or how we can set up themes in the Flutter. In this tutorial, first we will learn what are the themes, how we can customize the default themes, and also how we can use light and dark themes in the Flutter, and also we can switch from light theme to dark theme, and also we can set that theme mode to system theme. Then we will learn how to use color swatches in the Flutter and how we also can create our own color swatch and what is basically the benefits of using color swatch in the theme. And then basically we are going to create our own custom theme from scratch. So this video is going to be very useful. Doesn't matter if you are watching this playlist or not. If you are here, I suggest you to watch the video till end, and don't forget to subscribe the channel if you are new. So let's get started. As you can see, we are creating login application for the Flutter. You can use this application on any Flutter application that requires login sign up. So let's open Android Studio. Okay, let's quickly have a recap of the previous tutorial. In the previous tutorial, we learned how to set up the folders or the folder structure. So we learned the feature based approach and layers based approach. If you are new, you can watch the video, link is in the description, or you can get it from the right top corner. And we also learn how to create these packages, assets, etc, etc. So let's start with our today's tutorial. You can see in the main.dart, this is basically an entry point. If you're new to the Flutter, you don't know about this run app, this main function, and also what is this stateless widget and stateful widget, you can watch our previous course, which is the Flutter basic crash course. It's very useful. So for today's tutorial, I have created simply a stateless widget and name it app. Inside you can see we have a simple material app, and as a home we have app home. And in this app home, as you can see on your screen at the top, we have an app bar, which is inside the scaffold. We have an app bar. We also have a floating action button at the bottom. And then in the body of the screen we have given some padding, and as a list view to make it scrollable, we have three text boxes or three text widgets. Then we have elevated button, outline button, and in the padding we have an image. So I have created this just because to demonstrate you how theme works. So for that we need to have some of the text buttons and floating action button and app bar. So you can get this code from the codingwitht.com. I will drop the link in the description of this video. Okay, now head towards the material app. Basically theme is the part of material design. So we need to define the material app widget, and inside we have a theme property. You can see we have a theme, and this theme is returning theme data. So let's create theme data. And just for a quick look, you can see on the top we have lot of options. Basically this theme data doesn't only provide customization of background colors, primary color, secondary color, accent color, icon colors, etc, but it allows us to create complete themes for app bar, complete themes for buttons, elevated button, outline button, text button, icons, floating action button. Basically we can customize everything that is inside the material design. So this theme data is going to allow us to customize anything. So you can hover over it, and inside you can see we have multiple options, multiple colors, text themes, bottom navigation bar, card themes, chip themes, and lot of stuff. So before designing this, basically the error is that we cannot use constant here. Error is gone. The first thing you need to know is this theme is working as a default theme, but when we hover over it, in here you can see this is actually a theme data.light. It's currently the light theme, but when we are going to use dark theme, you can see we also have an option if we like to create a dark theme, and it also going to have theme data. So this is how we define light theme and dark theme. So this will work as default theme if we don't have dark theme, but if we have a dark theme, then this will be the light theme. And also how we can switch between light and dark theme. So for that we have theme mode. We can set theme mode to dark, light, and also to system. System means that whatever the mode of the device. So let's say we want to use the dark mode. Let's save the code. Nothing changed because currently both theme data are empty and the default theme is being used. So inside the theme data, let's try to see changes, we have a property called brightness. We have just defined the theme data, so system basically don't know about the light and dark, so we have to define the brightness to dark. This means that this is going to be dark theme, and in here we will provide brightness.light. Now let's save the code, and you can see that application has turned to dark mode by just defining a brightness. You can see the app color has been changed, app bar. These are the primary colors, so they are not changed. And you also have noticed that background and app bar color has been, so a floating action button color has been changed. So now let's again switch it to light mode, save the code, and you can see that it's back to the light mode. We can also change it to system, save it. Currently system is using the light, and let's try to switch it to dark mode. And you can see without changing anything, our theme has been switched to dark mode. So this is how we use light theme, dark theme, and also use theme modes. Let's head back to the white theme. Now we learn what is light theme, what is dark theme, what is a theme mode, and how we can use these themes. So we are going to come back to this theme data, but as you can see we have heading, subheading, and paragraph, but currently they are not being displayed as heading, subheading, and paragraph. They are plain text. So in here I am going to demonstrate you that how you can apply themes on your text, on your buttons, on anything. So inside this text we have a property which is style. So I am not going to create a custom style, but I am going to give it theme style, theme dot of context. Context is the current class dot. You can see we have a theme data properties. We have all the properties which are inside the theme data. So this is a text, so we have text theme dot, and here we have headings, headline 1 2 6. If you're coming from the web background, as in the websites we have, or in the HTML we have h1 h2 till h6. So in here we have headline 1 till headline 6. Let's say we want to use headline 1 here, and we cannot use constant. Now let's save the code, and you can see that heading has been changed. I will also share with you the actual sizes, that headline 1 2 till 6 and all the other elements being worked, what are their properties. You can also get them from the codingwitht.com. Now change to headline 2 and save the code, and you can see that size has been changed and also line height has been changed, right? So now let's copy the style. So this is basically how we can assign properties of theme. This was for the text theme. Now let's try to add color to this scaffold. As a background color, let's add theme dot of context dot. Let's say we want to use this background color, primary color, highlight color. Change it to background color, save it, and you can see that background color has been changed to some shade of this blue. Okay, the next step is if you notice here that the top app bar top color is a bit dark, but it's blue. Then we have the lighter shade or the primary color, and then again the background is having another shade of the blue. Then again we have primary, and then we have again a bit darker this text color, right? So basically these all variations comes from primary swatch color inside the material design. Let me just remove this. Okay, to change these colors, let's say we don't want to use blue, but we also want to keep all the rest of the design, but we just want to change the color of the theme. So for that we have primary swatch. Primary swatch is basically variation of color, it's not a single color. So we can use colors dot, let's say we want to use deep purple for the light theme. Save the code, and you can see that all the colors has been shifted. Again it's dark purple and all the different shades are there. Okay, to see the effects of the primary swatch or what it is, hover over it. Okay, here you can see we have a deep purple color, but it has some shades. Means that when we're going to use deep purple, this is the actual color, but when we are going to use its darker modes, then shade 600, 7, 8 and 900, and then we are going to get back its shade 400, 300, 200, 150. So basically the shades are, you can use them or you can consider them like this is a 10% opacity, this is 20%, this is 30%. So basically these are the variations of the colors. Same goes for purple and bunch of other options. Now let's click on this deep purple to see the color swatch, how to create a color swatch basically. So it is a material color, it has the primary color, and then we have all the shades of our primary color, right? You can see 500 is basically the actual color which is displayed over here, which is the actual color. It is not some shade, but rest of them are all the shades of the colors. To create our own primary swatch, for example, you want to use specific color for your theme, for your application. So to create your own custom swatch, and now we can create our own color. So we know primary swatch is a material color. Hints of how to use any of the widgets. So first we need to define the primary, which is an integer. Primary is a color. So to create a color inside Flutter or inside Android, we have to first press 0x and then double F. Basically this double F is an opacity. This is a hexa color code, and then we have to define the actual color, which is, this is the actual color code, this is the opacity, and this is for hexa definition, right? Integer comma color, and in the square brackets we will define all the colors as we have already seen. First one was 50 colon, you can see it's a 50%. so click on this color icon over here, you can change it to 10%. you can see it's a bit dim. Okay, I have changed this primary color swatch to all these variations, and I have just, you can see, change the colors. And on the application you can see it's yellow color, so yellow color with the variations has been applied. This is dark color and all these colors are there. This is a ripple effect with some yellow shades are there. So this is basically how we can use primary swatch. So now we learn how to use light theme, dark theme, how we can play with the default values of the theme. Now let's try to create our custom theme, because we cannot extend this theme and dark theme over here. Our application, our main application or the start point will get so huge that it will not be manageable. So instead of doing this, we'll go to the folders we created in the previous tutorial. In the util, create a new directory, theme. Inside we will create theme.dart. let's import material.dart, and we will create a class here. The class name is t-app theme. So whenever I am going to create the custom class, I will start it with the T. You can consider it coding with T or whatever you like to, just for the remembrance and for the custom classes. Okay, now head back to main.dart, and in here you can see we have a theme data, which is a light theme, and also theme data for the dark theme. So let's say, so it will be static constant theme data. So basically we don't need, we cannot add constant with the theme data. So we have a light theme, control D to duplicate, change it to dark. So we have light theme and we have dark theme. Now let's try to change this theme data with the theme data we created. Cut it from here, paste it here, make sure end with the semicolon. We will also do it for the dark theme. Okay, let's just remove this primary swatch. Okay, now you can see we have a light theme and we have a dark theme. To use it, we will go to main.dart, and in the light theme we will call t-app theme, the name of the class, and press alt enter, hit import. It will import the library. You can see we have to import this. Now as it was a static, so we don't have to call its instance, so we'll directly call the light theme here, and same we will do for, and we will change it to dark theme for the dark theme. This is the maximum code that we need to add inside our app. So this is a pretty clean and nice app. So basically our entry point will be very simple and very easily manageable. So head back to theme.dart. Whatever we want to do is, now it's inside this theme.dart. Now let's align the code, and inside the theme.dart, the next thing we want to customize is, or to learn is, text theme. You can get all the themes related to the app that we are going to create from the Coding with T. Make sure to subscribe the channel. Inside the text theme, when we press Control Space, and we have all the options that we can add. You can see we have headlines, body text small, caption, button, headlines from 1 to 6. We have labels, overline, subtitle, and so on. So these are the text theme options. Let's say we want to use, in our app we want to use headline 2. We don't want to change its size. Now to customize our headline, we don't want to use these fonts. If we have the fonts created or added offline in the assets, then we can also call these from assets / fonts / whatever the name of the font is, but we are going to use Google Fonts as our application will be running on internet, because we have to make sure that our Firebase works. So for that we are going to use Google Fonts. So to add a package, go to pubspec.yaml. Okay, in the pubspec.yaml, please don't get confused. I have just removed all the comments. So to remove the comments, press Ctrl or to replace, and make sure the regex option is enabled. This was enabled, but change it to regex. And to remove all the lines, comments in the pubspec as started with the hash sign, as you can see over here. To select the complete sign, which complete line which is commented, press dot static, and it is going to select all the line which is commented. So this is how, and press the replace button. This is how you can replace all the comments at once. The first way is we can go to the website. I will drop the link in the description. You can get all the dependencies from there, all the packages of the Flutter from there. And the other way is we will go to terminal, and inside we will write Flutter pub add and name of the dependency, which is Google Fonts. Hit enter. Okay, it's added, and now minimize it. You can see we have Google Fonts with the latest version, and make sure you have internet. Now to make this effectable, click on pubget. So you can also run the Flutter command, which is Flutter pubget. And now let's close it. Inside the theme we have to call Google Fonts. To import it, press Alt Enter, and inside you can see we have imported this library, which is Google Fonts, google_fonts.dart over here. Now we can use any font which is a Google font. As a heading we are going to use Montserrat, and in here let's say we want to change the color. As this is a light theme, so we will stick with the black 87. Now let's save the code, and you can see that heading has been changed, the color has been changed, and also the font style is has been changed. Basically we are not using anything extra on our application, but we just change this headline to. And in the main.dart you can see over here we are using headline 2 as a heading. So we have defined. Now we are only customizing our theme, which is headline 2, and we change its font color. And rest assured we can change anything related to this headline 2 or related to fonts inside this Google Fonts, decoration and bunch of other things. Let's say you don't want to use Google Fonts, then we have a text style. You can see there is no error. So this is how we can customize all the things. Press Alt Control Space, and we have all the options available right over here. So as we are going to use Google Fonts, so this is how we can assign the fonts. Let's say we want to use subtitle 2, and it will be Google Fonts dot. As a subheading we can use Poppins, we can use Montserrat, it's up to you. You can use any color. Let's say we want to change this color to black 54, a bit lighter than the main heading, and also we want to change its font size. And you can see that fonts have been applied and the color has been changed to a bit lighter shade. And this is how we can customize all the properties. We will same do it for the dark mode, but the color will not be black. But let's save it, let's change the mode. So this is basically how we can customize all the things. We can customize our buttons. So now the thing is, we cannot add everything also inside the same class. So that's why I created a folder called theme, and inside I'm going to call another folder. I'm going to name it widget themes, and inside let's create a file, text themes.dart. Again we will import all the things. We'll create a class, it will be text theme. Let's make a static. So this is how we will define. These are the text theme, this is a light and this is a dark. So again we will simply cut this text theme, that is for the light, import Google Fonts over here. Now to use these designs, we have light text theme, and in here we will call T text theme. We have to press Alt Enter and import this library dot light text theme, and also do the same for the dark, change it to dark text theme. Now we can easily grow this main theme, and now we have a clean code and readability is very easy. And in here same way we can add elevated button theme data, and in the style for the elevated button dot style from, press Ctrl space, and you can see we have all the options related to button. We can easily customize it. We have a text style, we can use this text style from the text theme style, so it's all up to you. We can also create our own class related to elevated button theme or the buttons theme. Then we can create app bar theme, and all the features related to this we will put inside in the widgets theme folder. And you can also get all the code from the link down below in the description on the website, which is Coding with T. So there's one more important thing that we are missing here, which is that we don't want user to access our theme using an instance of the class. So we have to make this constructor private. So to make the constructor private in the Dart, we just have to call the class name, and instead of simply calling the constructor, we will write dot and underscore. So this underscore means the private sign as with the variables. So this is the norm of Dart. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you learned something new. This was a bit long tutorial, but this was a very useful tutorial, and thank you for watching. If you learned something new, please like the video, and if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, because more amazing videos are coming along the way. Thank you for watching. Take care. Allah Hafiz.